Okay, so if you're looking at getting into pigs, here's a simple housing for up to 4 pigs. Alright, it's going to be, you need 2 sheets of plywood. Doesn't matter the thickness. I would go with the smallest just because it's going to be lighter weight then. It's easier to move when you have to. So what you're going to need to do is you'll take 2 sheets. 1 sheet you'll split in half. So this will be a 4-foot deep by 8-foot wide housing structure. If you're only having 2 pigs, you can get away with a 4x4 with a house with a lid. Alright? So I can't give you an exact price because I'm making this all out of scrap material. And what I've got for the roof is I've got some old metal. And what I'm going to do is I will run some 2x6s and just lay them down just enough to keep the rain off the pigs. Alright? You can go with a sheet of plywood and some of that roll-on asphalt, but all I'm doing is I'm taking 3 8-foot 2x4s and I've got 13 4-foot 2x4s, and I have I have 15 4-foot 2x4s, and they aren't exact, so I'm not too worried about it. If it's leaning a little bit, it's fine. And then I have 2 at 41 inches. That gives me, when I put those 41 inches in between the 2x4s laying down, you're going to want probably pressure treated, but I'm not because I'm going with scrap material that's laying around the yard anyways from when I built the pole barn. So I have just scrap boards, which they won't last too long, probably like 2 years, and they'll start to rot out. I'm fine with that. Okay, because this is not a permanent structure for them, but it'll work nicely for roughly 2 years. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 8-footers, and what I'll do so when I set this up, what I'll do is I will make a corner, and my 8-footer will sit on that corner, and it'll overhang on just the back, the thickness of my plywood. Okay? That allows me to bite into the next board that I'm going here, and the board laying across going 8 foot. So let me jump into this project. I'll show you what I mean. In smaller parts, I'll kind of focus in on those. But this is just a simple way to do housing for pigs. I'm choosing to go with a bunch of screws just because it's easy and it's fast. And I got to get this done because we're getting pigs this weekend. And I got to get moving on that. This is going to be my backboard. Alright, this one's going to be against the ground. Yeah, it's not pressure treated, but I don't really care. So, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I have a scrap piece of the thickness of my board. Okay? So this is the thickness of my board. What I want to do is just have the thickness of my board, and I want to screw in to the other board. Okay, so now this is off this board thickness of what my sheets would be. I'm going to take my next board, I'm just going to make a corner, alright? That way I got something to fasten to. I'm going to keep it square. This best as possible by tacking this board up here. Alright? Do one more just for added measures, because they will push on it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a board, and it's going to lay flat just like that every 2 feet. Okay? So I got an 8-foot board, means I got 5 2x4s running here. I got 3 in the middle, and I'll have a corner down at that end and a corner at this end. So I have 5-foot 2x4s, okay? And all I'll do for that is I'll do the same thing. I'll just move this down. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. Up here, I'm going to have my 2x4 lay across them, and I'll tack it in. A lot of this is going to be held together by the exterior sheeting. Okay, so it's 13 4-foot 2x4s, okay? Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand this up, I'm gonna grab my 8-foot sheet, and I'm gonna screw that down, okay? So I'm gonna get that all fastened on, then I'll do the sides, then I'll start with the roofing, okay? I'll show you what you do with that last 2x4 once I get this flipped back up, okay? This sheet will help me square this whole thing up. The easiest way to do this is to start in a corner. Okay, so now I'm just gonna lift it up, start in one of the corners. Okay, now I got that side screwed in. I'll get on this side. Okay, by doing that, now I've squared up this edge. These may be a little bit longer. That's okay, I didn't cut them exactly. I'll work down my weight down this board, shifting it back and forth as needed. Solid, I'll put 3 more screws in that, then I'll work on the sides. Okay, so my next step take my other 8-foot 2x4. I'm just going to screw it in, support the top, shifting. I'll have a sidewall and a sidewall. And this will just help the front shifting. Okay, so I cut some boards for my planking for the sheet metal to fit on. You don't have to do the roof this way. Do it however. You don't have to do the roof this way. You can do it however it is cheapest for you. I had this metal laying around. It's old, it's rusty. I'm just gonna use it. So I had 10-foot sheets, I cut them in half, now I got 5-foot sheets. It's gonna take me 4 sheets for this roof at 5 feet. And then I took 3 2x6s and I just laid them out. One will be in the center of the span and the other one will be on each end, okay? All I'm gonna do is I mark the middle of my boards at 5 foot. I'm gonna line that up roughly to the center of this middle board for support, and that's where I'm going to go off of. Now I am leaving myself a little bit of an overhang on this side, not much. I only have a foot to spare, and I'll probably put most of it to the front, but I do want a little bit of an overhang to help support that. Alright, I'm not too concerned if that metal bends down, as long as the pigs can go under and they can have shelter. It's okay. Okay, so now this is done. I'll move it into place before I put the metal on. There's no sense in adding weight before I move it. So this is as far as I'll go until I get the metal on. But first I have to put it into place. So let me jump into that. When you're working with metal, especially old stuff, always wear cut-resistant gloves. So I got a couple more screws to put in it, but for now, that's good. And I don't have a problem going and getting pigs right now. This is C.F.F. Thanks for watching. May God bless you and your family, and we'll see you next time.